So this first one is called a press defense, and I hope it looks familiar. Um, Really, what it is you're again looking at set as a defensive unit. The first thing you want to take care of in a front court in a 3-3 is taking care of set. So in this demonstration here, notice that set is fronted, and because set is fronted, the defense is allowed to press, and not just press, they're pressing in the lane, meaning that if the 3 wanted to pass to the 4, they would be unable to do so. If the 3 wanted to pass to the 2, they'd be unable to do so. Because set is fronted, the defense can be a lot more greedy, can be more aggressive, and really go after the ball. So the next one is a zone defense, and all zone means is that instead of playing man to man or player to player, the defense will drop into set. So I'll show you what it would look like initially. Notice that set has position. So if the defense does nothing to react, all the 3 has to do is go bam, and then you get a shot on goal because set is wide open. So because of that, the defense needs to drop into a zone, meaning that one of the defenders, 2 of the defenders, or all of the defenders need to help back. Okay, so the one I showed you earlier was a little crazy, but I actually have seen it, and this is where all 3 players up top will drop in a set. This is done very rarely. But if the team's only good player is their set player, you want to take away that player. So this is a very extreme example of a zone defense. And again, by zone I mean you're taking care of a zone. You're taking care of an area of the pool and not just your defender. Or I'm sorry, your offensive player, your offensive assignment. So if I'm this player right here, I'm not just worried about my player, put a hand on them, then the game's over. I have to be able to look back and say, hey, set's open. I have to help back. I should probably be about right here. That's a lot better than just giving set an open shot. Okay, the next zone defense is something called a 4-drop, and this is probably the most popular drop in water polo overall. And this is really due because the fact that most people are right-handed. So if you drop from the 4, notice the shooting angle that the 4 has, and the 4 being this player here. Not much of an angle. The best shot they have is a near side shot here, and you got to go through a defender, or you're shooting center cage. And if you want to go across cage, that's a really difficult shot to make. So all this is that the 4 player says, basically, you can shoot 4. We're going to let you shoot. Go ahead. They walk in. They take the bait. And then what can this player do? This player can help back, steal the ball. This player can cheat a little bit, steal the ball. This really is not a good shot. This is not a good shot to take if you're right-handed. If you were a left-handed player, this would be a fantastic shot to take, and you would be a fool to run a 4-drop because they have a left-handed player here. So instead of a 4-drop, if you have lefties on the other team, you can do something like this. And this is my personal favorite zone defense. This is called the M drop, and it's called the M drop because if I trace for you right here, you can see an M or a W, depending how you look at it, really. But it's really an M. I was taught it was an M drop. Okay, so all it is this: the 3 right here. I'll set it up normal. The 3 defender will notice set has position, and they will drop in, and they will say M, or split. This defender here that was on the 2 is now going to split in between the 2 and the 3. This player on the 4 defender is going to split in between the 3 and the 4. And basically, you're playing a game of keep away. The defenders on the wings will stay pressed. They will never leave those players. And what will happen is if the offense doesn't know how to beat this, they'll attack in with the ball. No one will be open. And then we'll just steal the ball. We'll steal the ball and go. It's a steal, easy steal. Give me that. Okay. Or they'll walk in. They'll walk in and try and pass the ball. And if they do that, we have someone in the passing lane to try and intercept that shot, intercept that ball for a steal, for a counterattack. So really, on this type of excuse me, in this type of defense, you want them to again pass the ball to the 4. And you want to kind of sucker them in to pushing in so you can steal the ball, so you can help. It's not good. So the M drop is a really, really powerful defense if the offense does not know how to deal with it, because you're playing a game of keep way up top, but these are not quality shots. These are very difficult shots to make on goal. Okay, so now I've introduced you the press defense, I've introduced you a 4-drop, I've introduced you an M-drop, I've introduced you what a zone defense is, and now I'm going to show you how to beat it, okay? So here's a 4-drop, I hope you see that. Ball is at the 3, and the 3 or the 2 or the 1 or the 5 is going to tell their teammate, hey 4, drive the drop through. So all that means is that if their players dropped in here, they're going to swim through, go to there, and if their defender stays there on the set, pass to a goal. Okay, so if the defense is smart, they're going to go like that. Everyone's going to rotate just a little bit, just to clear up some space. And now what is open? Set is open. And the reason that was open is because you drove the drop through. You didn't just let the defense drop off of you like that. Okay, so let me show you another one. I will show you an M drop. So there's literally like 10 different ways to beat M drop, but they're fairly difficult to execute. So how would you beat this? You have to drive the drop through. Where are they dropping from? They're dropping from here and here. So one way to do it is, hey, both of you drive. Get to the 2-meter line. Okay. If the defense stays, you got 2 options right there. Bam, bam. If the defense goes, I know this looks like a mess, but you would probably, if you were smart, you would move a little bit. Probably look something like this. And now this is a much better position for you because now you can just attack in. And now you're at center cage getting a quality shot on goal. And if this person goes to you, there's no one dropping into set. You can just make an entry pass like that. Let me show you another way to beat the M drop. If I can set up the M drop. Bear with me. Alright, so M drop, kind of. Okay. The way I personally like to beat the M drop and how I was taught is this wing here, and specifically this one because everyone's right hand on this side, is going to drive across. And they're going to stop right here. Right in between these defenders. If no one stops them, pass, shot to goal. Or if they're a little more crafty, you can go pass, shot to goal, or pass there. Entry pass, so they're like the new set player, to shot to goal. And what this will do, if the defense does it, if they're smart, they're going to follow you. And it's going to be a real cluster. It's going to be a real mess over here. And now really, really look at this side of the pool right here. Look at this huge advantage they have. This defender here is expecting help right here. They're expecting one of their teammates here to help them. Because you drove them through, look what you get. You take 3 strokes. Now you have inside water with the ball, and literally no one's on you. And you can do whatever you want. And this is probably, in my opinion, the absolute best way to beat an M drop. Okay, so real quick, I will show you set up regular. And we're just going to go through what a zone defense is. So right now, set has position. The defense needs to drop. Now we're dropping from the 2. This is a type of zone defense. This is called the 2-drop. Okay, ball's over here. Set has position. We got to drop. It's called a 4-drop. 3-drop. 2-drop. Etc. Now one place you don't want to drop from most of the time is the wing. And the reason for that is that if you drop there and they catch, that's a really, really deadly shot on goal. Okay, now I'm not saying never drop from the wing. You should drop from the wing sometimes, but just most of the time you do not want to do that. Real quick again, how do we beat a drop? Drive the drop through. So for example, there's a 4-drop. 4 players get drive the defense through. If no one goes to them, pass their shot to goal. If they're smart and they go with them, you now have set open. Okay, so in conclusion, there's the press defense. This occurs when there is no advantage in set and the defense can be aggressive and go for the ball. There's a zone defense, which means you take care of an area. It's a very broad term for different types of defenses. The 4 drop, which means the 4 player drops in, giving the right-hander a really bad shot on goal because it's from the 4 position. And finally, the M defense, which I personally like to do, where you're splitting up top and pressing down below and playing keep away. How do you beat a drop? You drive the drop through. Okay, so in conclusion, drive the drop through. If you're on defense, you got to help into set. You got to make sure you're not just giving them easy shots. Hope you learned a couple things about zone defenses. Like, comment, tell me what you thought. Thank you.